future of Xbox has been revealed and then also debunked all at the same time. We got some interesting stuff that has come out over the last day or so about the potential future Xbox console, that there will be a future Xbox console, but I don't know if it is going to be what is explained here, as Jez Corden refutes the claim that Xbox Prime is going to be coming here in 2026. And then we get some more look at This Is an Xbox Everywhere, as they are expanding out their program to more TVs at CES 2025. It has been announced that they are expanding Xbox Cloud Gaming for Xbox Game Pass Ultimate subscribers to LG TVs. And this is in the wake of LG coming out with their brand new line of OLED TVs. So lots to look at here and lots of expansion on the Xbox side of things going forward into the future. Before we start, if you enjoy daily gaming news and content, make sure to hit the subscribe, share the video, like the video, all of that stuff, and let's jump right into it. So next generation for Xbox, what we know so far is that there's going to be a handheld, and then there is going to be some more hardware out there. We don't know the shape or form that is going to be coming in, whether that is first party from Xbox, they're building an at-home, just big, powerful, expensive console, and that's all we're going to get, or are we going to get that, and are we going to get some third-party Xbox consoles certified by Xbox consoles from other manufacturers if they license out the Xbox operating systems to the likes of Asus and Lenovo and Dell and other manufacturers out there that would want to try to get into the console market, offering consumers a big range as to how they're going to want to experience their console games. I think it's a pretty interesting thing to look at, because what this would do, it would open up the entire ecosystem. I would assume here with a lot of these devices, you're just going to be able to also get other apps on there like Steam, other launchers, maybe even have a switch to just run it as a Windows 11 PC. So you're going to get access to everything. It gives you the stuff for Xbox, it gives you the stuff for PC, and it's going to give you the stuff for PlayStation, because PlayStation puts their games on PC as well. And I think PlayStation is moving quicker and quicker here to launching their games day and date onto the PC platform, especially from what we saw recently with them saying they don't believe that the PC market eats into the PlayStation market. And they were saying that to shareholders. So I think they're setting them up to be okay with PlayStation launching their games day and date onto PC. But the other question for the Xbox console, I think a lot of people have, is when are they launching this thing? We've seen a lot of rumors going around. One of the years that has come up multiple times has been 2026. And the reason they would put it out in 2026 would be to get ahead of the competition, similar to what they did with the Xbox 360. And with the lineup of games Xbox has, the first party titles, they could absolutely release a console in 2026 and just have a killer first party lineup. I mean, they could release it with Call of Duty, as this is as well what this rumor is saying. And I think that would be a very, very smart move. So let's take a look at this, because this comes via the Ghost of Hope, who has a history of Call of Duty leaks and Call of Duty information. And the Ghost of Hope has said that the next Xbox is going to be something called Xbox Prime. Specifically tweeting this out, take this with a huge grain of salt. I'm hearing that the next Xbox console is still coming in 2026 and will be called Xbox Prime. Still unclear if it's a codename or an actual name. I've heard Infinity Ward's next Call of Duty is still being considered as a day one release for this. Now, from the outside, let's just say this is happening. I think that isn't a terrible move, specifically launching the next Xbox with Call of Duty as its main game marketed for it, showing the enhancements and upgrades that you will get if you were to pick up this new device and play Call of Duty on that, frame rate improvements, and then the resolutions, how good games could look, all of that type of stuff that they do to market and hype up a new piece of hardware. I think that would actually move a lot of units, particularly right at the launch of the console itself. But 2026 is the question. Do they want to put it out early? Because you know PS6 isn't coming until 2027, maybe even 2028 with the release recently of the PlayStation 5 Pro. In the PS5 Pro, they have the PSSR. They're going to want to let that thing cook for a little bit because we've seen issues with the PSSR so far. They need more information. They need more developers to utilize it and make sure PSSR is good to go with the launch of the PS6. So I think it's going to be a couple of years before we do see a PS6 release. How far ahead does Xbox want to get out in front of it? At this point, in terms of console sales, I mean, they really don't have anything to lose to try something just out of the box because they are way behind in the overall console sales. And it's not their main thing of success when they're putting Xbox everywhere. They're putting games onto the PlayStation 5. So I think something like this could be very interesting, especially if they were to release Xbox Prime 2026, and then down the line over the next number of years, you're going to get other manufacturers releasing Xboxes that have higher specs that are more in line with the specs of the year that product does come out. I could see that happening. Now, is this true? More than likely it is not true. And Jez Corden as well is refuting whether this is true. There's an update to this article, and it says, reporter Jez Corden says that there's no such thing as Xbox Prime launching in 26. So, I mean, you have to look at both of them. Which one do you think gets more things correct? Or who do you think gets more things correct? And then you can believe who you want to believe. But I do believe an Xbox console is coming. I do believe an at-home piece of hardware is coming from Xbox on top of the handheld. The question is, when is that coming? They didn't do a mid-gen refresh. I don't think they needed a mid-gen refresh. So they can release another console and just make it the next generation anytime in the next year or two. I would say 2026, 2027, and people will be excited for it. And people will want that at that point. Again, of course, depending on the price range, because the price range is going to be the major thing here that determines a lot of this stuff. We've seen the PS5 Pro actually sell very well at launch. Against all of the naysayers because of the price, it sold very well at launch. And I was saying with the PS5 Pro, it's too expensive. I don't think you should go out and buy it at that price right now, at least. But I do think it was going to sell well at launch because you have all the enthusiasts. You have everybody out there that runs out and picks these things up day one. I don't believe it's sold out or anything like that because you can still pick one up easily. But it sold decently well at launch, at least from some of the preliminary numbers that we are seeing on it. So they're going to support the PS5 Pro here for the next number of years. The question is, when do they jump over to the PlayStation 6? And how far ahead does Xbox need to get out if they want any sort of chance at matching or being less behind in terms of the console sales? And then also the other thing is, how are they going to line this up with a handheld device? I think for the handheld for Xbox, 2026 would be a perfect time to release it. I'm one of the people who believe that they should just get this handheld out sooner rather than later, especially with the looming Nintendo Switch 2 on the way, which we've seen already. Basically everything for the Nintendo Switch 2 has basically been revealed, just not by Nintendo. And it looks pretty good. So Xbox is going to have a lot of competition in the handheld market. You want to get out there and you want to get people excited about the product that you do have. So lots of interesting stuff. We're getting to that point in this generation where leaks, rumors, speculation about the next generation of hardware is going to be coming all the time. And it's going to be exciting to look at and see what's correct and what isn't. Now, the other thing that Xbox does do is they are expanding out, obviously, Xbox everywhere. This is an Xbox putting cloud gaming into TVs, just the native app into TVs. Previously, they only had it on the Samsung TVs, and now at CES, they are expanding this program out to the LG TVs. And here is the announcement. It says the feature will enable Game Pass Ultimate members to play their games directly from the Xbox app on supported TVs via Xbox Cloud Gaming. And in November, they started allowing Game Pass Ultimate members to play select titles that they own outside of the Game Pass catalog via cloud streaming. So they're bringing this to LG TVs. They don't say specifically what TVs. They say the new TVs, but I don't know if that means the new 2025 LG TVs, or will that also include the 2024 LG TVs? I would assume at some point most of them are going to have, and even if they are an older model, at least in the last year or so. So this is nice. This is something that I've been wanting them to do here for a while, which is don't just put cloud gaming and Xbox Game Pass Ultimate onto Samsung TVs. If you're going to do this as an Xbox and you're going to expand out, put it literally everywhere on all the makes and models, and anybody who has access at least to a certain brand that can handle the app or a certain power level of the TVs or whatever it is, a certain year that can handle these apps going forward. Put it out there and let people experience it. I've experienced it on the Samsung TVs, the Xbox Game Pass app, and it works phenomenal. And I have an LG TV. I just got the C4. So I'm hoping it's on there, because I would be disappointed if they're only starting with the C5 and the B5 and the G5 or in the 2025 series of LG TVs, but I hope it's there. And what else is going to be very enticing for a lot of people in the Xbox ecosystem is when they start bringing the more games that you own to the streaming service. Are you going to get all of that in this app? You will. So that will be huge for people who have an Xbox connected to a TV somewhere else in their house, and they don't want to always bring it back and forth to the different TVs, depending on where they're playing, that you can just load up the app on your smart TV in another room of the house or whatever, and you can get all of your content there. So Xbox is expanding. This is the future. I'm sure we will hear more from Xbox throughout the week at CES 2024. We also got this, and I don't know if this is coming to console. I don't believe it is. I don't even think it can, but Matt Booty was also on the stage at CES, and he said that the AMD's FSR 4 tech is coming to Call of Duty Black Ops 6 later this year, and we'll see what platforms that it is on. I'm sure this will all be into the next console generation, the next Xbox and stuff, but Xbox will have a presence there. I'm really looking forward to the handheld show that they have with Jason Rawl that's going to be showing up there, because I think we will be getting some hints at the very least about the future of Xbox handhelds. But I'm going to end the video there, guys. If you did enjoy this video, please share the video, like the video, all of that great stuff. Appreciate all your support, and I will catch you guys in the next video. Bye.